to keep my mouth shut. I have cause to complain too. They're not the only ones with gripes.
My good man, you have every right to feel indignant. It's awful to feel unappreciated. But what do you expect from a political and economic system that exploits the people? We want to bring people together and make them soldiers for a greater cause, the cause of freedom.
Fighting for freedom. That's why we fought World War II.
It was? Before the war, when I was a little kid, I never heard anybody complain about the Germans.
A lot of people were opposed to going to war.
That's correct. They understood that we would be fighting the war to promote the interests of monopoly capitalism.
Wasn't it Pearl Harbor that got us into the war?
I remember that day like it was yesterday.
Me too. The next day, my husband enlisted in the Navy, leaving me with 2 young kids. And he didn't come back.
Oh my, he got killed?
No, nothing as dramatic as that. That stuff is for the movies. While stationed in San Diego, he met a floozy and dumped me for her. He still owes me child support, the bum. That's why I have to work 2 jobs.
Maybe you ought to meet another man.
You know someone interested in taking on a single woman with 2 kids? I don't.
Maybe you're looking for love in all the wrong places.
Maybe I should try a black man. I heard they know how to treat women special.
Yeah, I thought you tried them already. You know, lady, you're really confusing me.
What are you talking about?
I've been with enough white guys, and all of them are bums, so let me try something different.
What about me?
Not you, sonny boy. It's people like you that keep me looking.
Hey, you're turning down a good thing.
I doubt that.
Hey, Smarty Pants, who's talking to you?
Like I said, we must unite that in sweeping away sexism and all forms of gender discrimination. The interests we have in common far exceed the differences that keep us apart.
And that's the way I want it. Apart.
Well, I don't. He's talking about equality.
You already have the right to vote. What more do you want?
To be treated with respect. I heard that in Russia, men and women are treated equally. They have divorce on demand, and if they don't want to have a baby, they can go and have that taken care of. No questions asked.
How can that Bolshevik propaganda?
She has the right to express her opinion.
And I have the right to tell her to shut up!
You're such a dolt.
That is why we got to root out the Reds, because if we don't, they'll bring this country down.
You really believe that?
You're damn right I do. They got spies and agents looking to steal our secrets. You want Stalin to get the A-bomb?
No, of course not. But maybe we don't need an A-bomb either, unless we're planning to use it again.
Get rid of the A-bomb? Are you nuts? You know, you must be some kind of closet Red.
Hey, I'm no red, okay? I'm just expressing an opinion, so cool it.
You cool it. What's next, Joe Stalin for president?
My friends, there's no need for alarmist talk. Comrade Stalin is not our enemy. He cares about the working class. It's the capitalists and their political hacks who've sold us out by placing their own narrow class interests ahead of the people's. Don't you see? They want to keep us divided, keep us bickering, keep us gnawing at each other. That's how they keep their power. They try to make us believe that they really care about us when they really don't. All they care about is profit, earned from the sweat of the workers who are forced to toil for peanuts, and while the bosses and their cronies reap the profits and roll in money. Do you think that's fair? Do you?
Rolling in money, that doesn't sound bad to me.
Except they're the ones doing the rolling.
I'm getting by, and that's good enough for me.
Life is more important than just getting by. That's how the bosses want you to think. It's time to smarten up.
Ah, what's the use? People are rotten.
No, you're wrong. It's the system that's rotten, and it's about time we change it.
I'm interested. What do I need to do?
Hit the street, spread the word, get others to listen to you.
Damn Bolshevik.
End of scene 4. Scene 5, time 1967, the Vietnam War. Racial tensions are high.
The capitalist system is rotten to the core. We're fighting an unjust war, and the working class is paying the price with their blood. All working people of the world must unite now to overthrow the system.
My brother was drafted and sent to Vietnam.
You should be proud of him. He's serving his country.
I'm more worried than proud.
I think the war is unjust.
I got a 15-year-old son. I don't want him to die in Vietnam.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. When I was your age, we were expected to serve. It was our patriotic duty.
Where did you serve?
I was in Korea.
Must have been rough.
Yes, it was, but you didn't hear me complain.
Maybe you didn't know any better.
What was the point of the Korean War anyway?
To stop the commies, goofball.
In Korea?
That's right, in Korea. And now we got to stop them in Vietnam before they take over the entire country and then all of Asia.
Whoa, aren't you being a bit alarmist?
No, I'm not. In fact, I think MacArthur was right when he said he wanted to nuke China.
You mean drop the A-bomb on the Chinese like we did with the Japs?
Oh, now that's going a bit too far.
I say way too far.
Listen, Bub, you have no right to talk. You never served.
I'm in school.
Ha! I knew it. You're nothing but a draft dodger.
You're wrong. I got a student deferment.
Like I said, you're a draft dodger.
Get off my case, you damn warmonger.
Coward, traitor!
The victory of the working class is a historical inevitability. United, nothing can stop the workers from seizing power. And when that happens, war will be a thing of the past. So quit your bickering, open your minds. Don't you see that you're being manipulated by a government that's brainwashing you into believing that Vietnam is a threat to us?
I see through it.
But it is. We have to stop the commies before they come here.
The commies, as you put it, are not the enemy, just the opposite. They're part of the progressive vanguard of workers who are struggling to obliterate the vestiges of Western imperialism that continue to oppress all peace-loving peoples.
I'm in favor of that.
What do you know? You're a schoolboy.
I am not. I happen to be a third-year graduate student majoring in political science.
Oh, you're one of those highbrow know-it-alls. Me, I graduated from high school and went right to work making money.
Doing what, may I ask?
You look like a broad I met years ago in San Diego before I shipped out to Korea. She was quite a babe.
No wonder you liked being in the service.
Hey, none of that talk. I was in combat. That's more than any of you can say.
Or want to say. Were you a hero?
No, I just did my duty and kept my mouth shut.
So you had to keep your mouth shut? That's why I don't want to be in the armed military.
Some man you are.
That's how you judge a man? By whether he serves in the military?
I'll tell you the truth. You're sounding like a wimp.
Believe what you want. I have no intention of joining the military.
It's guys like you that really push my buttons.
What are you talking about? I don't see anyone pushing your buttons.
Just hearing this guy puts me on edge.
But what does that have to do with your buttons?
Where did you pick up that term anyway? From a comic book?
You still read comic books? What are you, a kid?
You know, you people are really beginning to upset me.
How? All we're doing is talking. Don't be so serious.
Gentlemen, and ladies too, your expressions of righteous indignation is like music to my ears. Now let me help you channel all this outpouring of anger so that we can achieve victory.
Let me tell you something, Mac. I love my country, and I was willing to die for it.
Meanwhile, the war is a waste. We have no business being there.
There you go again, pushing my buttons.
There you go again. Do you have some kind of problem with buttons? Or are you speaking in some kind of code?
I know this woman. She's black, who lost a son in Vietnam. I don't want that to happen to my kid.
Now you're bringing up race.
Do you think that it's right that Negroes are being sent to Vietnam when they're being treated so unjustly here at home?
Hey, if they live in this country, they have to serve too.
It just isn't right.
Blow it through your kazoo. You don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about injustice.
Look, the Negroes are perfectly capable of taking care of themselves. They don't need the likes of you to help them.
That's true, especially when they start rioting.
There are reasons why they riot.
And none of them good. You know, Mac, you should join the army. It'll help you grow up.
A sissy like him in the army? Don't make me laugh.
I'm no sissy, you hear?
All you do is talk while other people act. That's why you're in school.
Hey, I think you're being a little hard on the guy.
Sister, you don't know what hard is, or maybe you do. What do you do for a living?
I'm a hostess at a nightclub.
And I'm an airline stewardess.
Airline stewardess. You could pass for that. Actually, you don't look so bad for a worn-out day.
Yes, I'm worn out. Worn out from listening to you.
Very funny.
What I do takes a lot of skill.
Could I watch you work?
They wouldn't let you in without permission from your mother.
Students, just a bunch of pampered wussies who think they know everything.
It's time for all students to form an alliance with the working class and together engage in the struggle against tyranny and injustice.
College students and construction workers have something in common.
Now, I would say that's stretching things a bit far.
I wouldn't mind my kids going to college.
So he could be a whiner and a complainer like you.
You got the student movement all wrong.
Are you part of that movement?
No, but I know friends of mine who are.
You're such a mama's boy, but you know, I like you.
And I like you too.
What next? The two of you are going to get married?
What do you see in him?
He's such a little boy, so innocent.
Wait a minute. I'm not that innocent.
You're probably a fruitcake.
Listen, dope, stop mocking me.
I'm just telling the truth.
You're not. You're just jealous.
Of him? Ah! Don't make me laugh.
Are you fruity?
I like fruit, if that's what you mean.
Come on, you know what she means.
How do you know he knows that?
Listen, you...
Stop! Don't say it. Remember why we're here, to unite and become a mighty engine of change that will sweep away aside injustice and inaugurate a new world.
Inaugurate, such a fancy word. It sounds so presidential.
Only college boy over here would appreciate it then.
I didn't know that going to college was such a crime.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the genius next to you.
Having a college degree don't mean nothing. What do they teach you in college that's so useful?
All kinds of subjects.
Like what?
History, English literature, anthropology, sociology.
I can learn that stuff on my own.
Well, when you graduate, what exactly do you plan to do?
Stay in school. That way he won't lose his student deferment.
No, I'll get a job.
Doing what, smart guy?
I'm not sure, but I'm sure something will come up.
That's the best that you can do? Pathetic.
I still think that going to college is a good thing.
It's a luxury that a lot of people, including me, could not afford. I went to work.
That's too bad for you. You probably have a lot of untapped potential.
I don't need you talking down to me. That's the problem with all you college kids. You think you're so superior. Bunch of know-it-alls.
I have potential too.
And me too.
Potential for what?
To become smartasses and make trouble like all you college kids do.
Students, workers, veterans, housewives, all of us are part of the exploited and oppressed class. United, nothing can stop us.
I certainly feel exploited, but certainly not oppressed. That's a bit extreme for me.
I believe just the opposite. That we're opposed, oppressed, and but not exploited.
You wouldn't know what real oppression is if it was staring you straight in the face.
I could use a pay raise.
Or do you mean bigger tips?
I really have to check out where you work.
So you are a man.
Who said I'm not?
Maybe we've misjudged you.
You just seem so innocent looking.
Don't let his looks fool you. He's probably a perv.
The gender challenged are part of the exploited and oppressed class too.
I want nothing to do with homos.
Some of my best friends are gay.
I think they're kind of creepy.
There is something wrong with being queer.
No, there isn't.
What is it with you anyway? Sticking up for the coloreds and the queers?
I'm not sticking up for anyone. I just think it's wrong to attack people for being who they are.
Of course you do, because you're one of them. You just don't want to admit it.
The progressive forces of the world want to bring everyone under one umbrella. The umbrella of the working class in which all people will be united as one in the struggle to achieve equality and justice.
I'm okay with that, just as long as I don't have to sleep with any of them.
And I'm okay with that, just as long as Loverboy behaves himself.
Deal me in, just as long as my kid doesn't get drafted. Otherwise, go take a hike.
End of scene 5. There will be a brief intermission.